You have to dream the dream. You gotta touch, you have to see it when nobody else sees it. You have to feel it when it's not tangible. You have to believe it when you cannot see it. You gotta be possessed with the dream.
I got loyalty inside my DNA. I got loyalty inside my DNA. I got brother peace, got war and peace inside my DNA. I got power, poison, pain, and joy inside my DNA. I was born like this, is born like this, immaculate conception. Perform like this, will shout you a new weapon. I don't contemplate, I meditate, then off your plate. This that put the kids to bed. This that I got.
Hello, Tiger fans, and welcome to the Towson Sports Network. I'm former Towson gymnast Tandy Knight, and it is exciting to be back in TU Arena with Towson Women's Gymnastics for the first home meet of the 2024 season. Tonight we are hosting Eagle rivals University of New Hampshire, George Washington University, along with Ivy League school Cornell. Long Island University was also supposed to be here, but unfortunately COVID got them. Can't believe this is still happening, and they had to pull out tonight. So what was supposed to be a 5-team meet, we're down to a quad, which should make the night go a little faster. Joining me is another alum, Dr. Zoe Packard. Zoe, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm very excited to be back in CQ. A super exciting quad meet coming up tonight.
Okay, so we are packing a lot into tonight's competition. It is the Chellie Calloway Invitational, honoring the memory of former TU gymnast Chellie Calloway, as well as the Pink Meet supporting breast cancer research. So let's start off talking about last year. Towson had another record-breaking season in 2023, culminating in the first Eagle Conference Championship win in school history, as well as a third trip to the NCAA Regional Tournament. Zoe, after such a successful 2023 season, what do you expect for 2024?
I think everyone, especially Jay and Ashley and everyone involved with Towson Gymnastics, have super high expectations for this team. We've had a little bit of a slow start, a couple rough areas here and there, but I think the expectations are so high for this team, and they're going to be pretty tough to meet, but once you win the Eagle Championships, it's even harder to win it again. So we'll see what this team has in store for us this year.
Yeah, sometimes success brings a little bit of questioning and not sure of themselves, which, like you said, we've sort of seen. So Towson did open their season against top 10 ranked Ohio State and Ball State, and while they ended up with a loss, they were leading throughout most of the competition with solid performances on vault, bars, and floor. Last Sunday, they competed in Philadelphia against Eagle rival Temple University and improved upon their performance and score, but still fell short of a win. What do you think Towson needs to do tonight to get their first win of the season?
I think they're a little in their heads so far this season. I think, especially after watching them at Ohio State with those 3 big scores to go into that final beam rotation, I think they're just thinking a little bit too much on being so successful that they're getting in their own way. And I think if they just focus on doing one skill at a time, I think it'll all kind of pull together, and hopefully tonight we'll find a win for the Tigers.
Yeah, I agree. I think sometimes you just go in and do your job. You can't worry about what else is happening around you. You can't control the other teams, and you can't control the judging. So just go do your job, and we know they can do that. So the Tigers head coach is Jay Ramirez, joined by associate head coach Ashley Sauer. They are assisted by former Towson gymnast Jazz Kaufman. Zoe, as Jay and Ashley head into their 5th season, what do you think their focus is for 2024?
I think their eyes are on the prize again. I think they want to bring home another championship, and with the changes that happened within our conference, unfortunately we lost University of Pittsburgh as well as NC State in North Carolina, which is exciting that Clemson was added, but of course our conference got shifted around a little bit. So it'll definitely be different, but I have no doubt that that's the same end goal as it was last year.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt Towson could win the championship again. I have complete confidence in them. It's whether or not they have the confidence in themselves. I think also, you know, going into 2024, these ladies just need to, as you said, get out of their own heads. Don't be afraid to succeed. They have all the tools that they need to do this, and I think once they can get it all together, they will. So also here tonight, as we discussed, we have some Eagle rivals, University of New Hampshire and George Washington University, as well as Cornell University. And I would say comparatively, GW and University of New Hampshire very, very similar to where Towson is. This meet could go any way. This is really a matter of who's going to hit tonight.
For sure. And it looks like between Towson and Temple as well, or not Temple, I'm sorry, GW and UNH, we've all kind of been around that mid-195 range. All of those teams are for sure capable of getting that 196, so we'll see what's in store for tonight.
I would think also going into 2024, on top of winning a conference championship, which I'm sure is one of their goals, crossing that ever-elusive 197 mark is high, high, high on Coach Jay's bucket list for sure.
For sure.
They have the capability of doing it. We just got to put all 4 events together in one meet and have some nice judges at the same time. All right, so Towson is starting off on vault tonight. GW will be on bars, Cornell on beam, and New Hampshire on floor. The vault lineup for Towson will be Jenna Wheats, Adriana Hoffman, Felicia Pobletti, Cami Vitoff, Tasha Halsell, and Elise Tisler. Tonight, we're doing something new on the broadcast. Instead of just showing Towson and then cutting back in between, we have a quad screen going. So you should be able to see each team competing every routine on each event. So I'm really excited. Give us a little leeway, a little patience if we have some glitches, but we're really excited that we can do this tonight. So Zoe, what are you looking for on vault tonight as we get ready to start?
Yeah, so most of the vaults that Towson will be competing tonight, we have a couple new ones thrown in there, but the majority of what we'll see are your Chenko fulls. So you're looking for that amplitude off of the table, legs glued together, toes pointed, and that stick landing. Now, it's very early in the season still, so if we see a couple bobbles here and there on that landing, it's kind of to be expected, but it's something that we'll have to hone in as the season goes forward.
And that's where Towson really excelled in that first meet against Ohio State. They were nailing those landings. It was really super exciting to see. Last week, great vaults again. Landings were a little off. So let's see if they can put it all together tonight as we get started with Jenna Wheats. Oh, my. Okay.
What a way to start.
I don't know what else to say about that. Maybe she was listening to us. Let's replay and look at this landing. She gets great amplitude. Doesn't move.
Perfect.
Good distance from the vault. I mean, she's setting the stage right now.
What a way to start. Now, there is a new rule with NCAA gymnastics is you have to now hold that stick position for 2 seconds or you could have a deduction. So that's something that we'll be watching for also. Kind of getting away from that college stick.
Scooch.
Yep.
The stick and scooch. Well, she had no doubt. She put her stamp on that. There's no question at all that that was a stuck landing.
Great way to start for the Towson Tigers.
And just a reminder, that vault only starts from a 995 start value. So the highest score someone can get is a 995 on that. And we will try and give you scores as we go throughout the competition. We just sit in a place where we can't see scores very easily. So up next on vault, Adriana Hoffman.
Nice bar routine over there for GW. Bars has been an event that GW has kind of struggled on this season so far, so they'll definitely be looking to clean that event up tonight.
And again, we have the quad screen going, so you can see all 4 events as we're waiting here for Towson's second vaulter to get ready to go. Wow.
She gets so much distance
So
from the
much
table.
distance and much better landing than she had last week. She was close to a stick last week and then just did these little like flutter kick steps when she landed. Much cleaner landing. Great amplitude.
Just a little bit of that pike down at the very end if we're being picky.
And she didn't need to. Sometimes you need to, but she didn't need to on that one. She had the height for it. So next up for the Tigers on vault is Felicia Pobletti. She does an unusual vault from the regular Yurchenko full. She actually does a full twist onto the vaulting table and then a Sukahara off. Sometimes in a pike, sometimes in a tuck. I never know what one she's gonna do.
It's always a surprise for us. But a very nicely performed floor routine for UNH. Nice stuck double back thrown in there if anyone was able to catch that.
We have a little lull here in the competition. And here goes Felicia. Wow, that was one of the cleaner vaults I've seen her do. She does pike it off, which is so much cleaner looking than when she does the tuck. My only question is, does she get all the way around in that full when she hits? We'll see it here on the replay. Not quite, 3/4. Don't know how much of a deduction that is for the judges or even how well they can see it from their angle.
Correct.
But that was one of the better vaults I've seen her do so far this season.
Looking at GW over on the bars. Does nice blind change. Straight through to a pike eager right over down to the low bar. Now on bars, we're looking for those handstands. That one was just slightly short.
Oh, a little crooked there too.
And just that small step on the landing for GW over on bars, but a nice routine.
So up next for the Tigers on vault, we have super senior Cami Vitoff, probably historically speaking, one of Towson's strongest vaulters. She's capable of doing her Yurchenko 1.5. We haven't seen it yet this season. I'm hoping to, because it is beautiful when she does it. Tonight looks like she's just going to do her Yurchenko full. And she's preparing to go now. I mean, what do we say about that? But wow. Gorgeous amplitude, straight body throughout, and a stuck landing. Slight leg separation that the judges probably couldn't see there. Beautiful, just gorgeous.
Looking over at the floor exercise for UNH. I don't know how well everyone can hear the floor music at home, but we have some Hannah Montana rocking in the arena tonight.
It is loud in here tonight. We have a great crowd, lot of energy. And I can update you with a few scores here. So Jenna Wheats went 9.825, Adriana Hoffman 9.8, and Felicia Pobletti a 9.85. That's probably one of her higher scores.
A little bit of a misstep on that landing for that double back on floor exercise.
Stepped out of bounds. And now we have freshman Tasha Halso. Oh my gosh, floated that.
And again, she's one of those vaulters that can get so much amplitude off the table, but also have that distance too.
Yeah. I mean, she floated in the air. Watch this again on the replay. Just floating, yep, flying around.
She even is able to flare it out just a little bit at the end there.
So close. I mean, we need her to stick that. If she sticks that, that's a almost perfect score right there.
Huge score.
Yeah.
Back over to bars for GW. It was beautiful in the air, but unfortunately wasn't able to pull her feet all the way around and missed that dismount there. So that will unfortunately be a fall for GW. So hopefully they'll be able to hit the rest of the routines and not have to count it.
And just updating on scores, Cami Vitoff with a 9.925. Again, a perfect score is a 9.95. She was that close.
Nice look of Cornell over on the balance beam tonight.
Okay, and last on vault for the Tigers, Elise Tisler. Woo! Sorry for screaming in everyone's ears, but I have been waiting for Elise to bring out her 1.5 again.
I didn't know she was doing it tonight.
Yes, I knew. I wanted to surprise you. So Elise debuted that last year, and unfortunately her season was cut short with an injury. She has worked so hard to come back from this. Look at that. She actually rose up halfway through that, slightly under-rotated, but it must feel good to get that first one done for the season.
I'm so excited for her coming back from that Achilles injury. I don't think people realize how much of a rehab process that is.
Yeah.
And to not only come back so well from it, but to come back on floor and vault specifically, it's just amazing.
And she has worked so hard. I spoke with her before the meet during warm-ups, and I'm so proud of her. I know she's proud of herself, and you know, we'll keep seeing great things from her, I know. So Tasha Halsell with a 9.85. This is going to be one of Towson's highest vault scores, probably in the history of the program. And we do have an exhibition. For those of you who don't know, gymnasts, teams can put up what they call an exhibition routine, which means the gymnast gets to compete in front of the judges, get scored, but the routine will not count towards the team score at all. It's a chance for the gymnast to practice and see how well they do in front of a judge. Wow, so that's Carmela Calafati with a great front handspring, front tuck half. It's kind of an old school vault, which I love, and it was a great landing on that.
One thing I love about Towson's vault lineup is the diversity in some of the vaults.
Yes.
We have those fulls that are the classic NCAA vault, and then we have Elise with the 1.5, but we also have a couple unique ones thrown in there.
Exactly.
Mix it up a little bit.
So that finishes off the Tigers on vault. We'll update you with scores on that in a moment. Heading over to bars now.
This is Kendall Whitman for GW. A couple little leg separations. Now with the camera view we have, whether or not the judges are kind of able to see that is
up for grabs.
a little difficult. But a super
Very cool
unique dismount, just with that small step on the landing. But again, GW had a fall earlier in the lineup, so they're just trying to look for hit routines right now.
And finishing off vault, Elise Tisler scored a 9.725. Well, that is the score we're going to drop. I'm super excited that she threw her 1.5 because she needs to get that going. So that score is only going to improve throughout the season. And Towson finishes on vault with a 49.25.
So exciting.
Yeah. All right, so we have a little lull here while we wait. New Hampshire starting on floor. Opens with a 1.5 to front full. A little loose on the landing, but kept it in bounds.
And if you notice, she has a couple sting mats placed around the floor. That's totally acceptable. Kind of helps save those ankles.
Yep. It's all about the safety of the gymnast at this level. Okay, I'm going to comment. She picked her wedgie. That should be a deduction. It was very subtle, so I give her credit for that, but
I'm loving the dance that she's got going on, though.
Yeah. Oh, front 1.5. She did not get enough height off of that. It was kind of weird. I'm not sure if she just ran out of energy or if there's an injury.
Headed over to the balance beam for Cornell. You have round off back handspring layout, step out, just the smallest little bobble, but covers it up pretty well. Side aerial. Nice amplitude off the beam there. Switch leap to a split half, a little bit of a wobble there. Now starting on beam is never easy. Starting on beam early in the season is even harder. And it is very loud here tonight in Towson, so you really got to focus, taking one skill at a time. And a nice duck dismount to finish.
Interestingly enough, Cornell is ranked 36 in the nation on beam. So for an Ivy League school, that's actually really, really great ranking. So I have a feeling beam is one of their stronger events, but starting on it always makes it a little trickier.
Back to bars with GW. A little bit of a form break there, but able to pull the double tuck out for her dismount and with a small step.
Replay on that. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of issues with that last giant full. Some form breaks, a lot of movement sideways on the bars, which you really shouldn't be doing. She pulled that out, though. It was pretty impressive.
She did.
Okay, New Hampshire has their next gymnast ready to go on floor.
Down period. Who would have thought with 4 teams that there would be moments where there's no gymnastics happening?
So I know the Tigers are they're grouped together over there celebrating their really impressive first event. But I think it's time for them to switch gears and get ready for their next event, which is bars.
For sure.
Can't wait to see what they do tonight over there.
Looks like we go ahead and have another beam routine here for Cornell. A quick reminder for everyone at home, balance beam is 4 feet off the ground, 4 inches wide.
16 feet long.
Beautiful front toss there with just the smallest little arm check. Looks like she's setting up here for her series. Her back handspring layout step up, beautiful. She had a small balance check, but I honestly don't think she needed it. So hopefully as she gains more confidence and the season moves forward, be rock solid. Beautiful amplitude on that jump there.
Yeah,
You're
really
always looking to see those gymnasts get that 180-degree split with all those split jumps. The dreaded full turn, still a requirement in NCAA gymnastics.
I'm surprised there hasn't been a protest to get rid of that. If they all get together and protest, they might be able to get rid of it.
And a beautiful round off 1.5 dismount with just that small little step on the dismount there. And a replay of her dismount here. Just that small little step, but otherwise a really beautiful routine from Cornell.
And we're still waiting for New Hampshire on floor. It seems that judges took a little longer on the previous routine.
Nice pack salto down to the low bar for GW. Unfortunately, I did see a fall earlier in the routine. But blindfold, double back with landed her chest a little bit low, but took that step. So bars is definitely an area that GW can improve upon, but I think from the previous meets that we've seen from them this year so far, bars seems to be the event that they still have a little bit of work to do.
Okay, New Hampshire preparing for her first pass. Front double full. A little sloppy in the air, but a good landing. That is an E level skill, so it's one of the more difficult skills.
UNH has had some really fun choreography so far tonight.
Yeah.
And I love how expressive all the gymnasts are and really letting their personalities come through.
I think that's something the NCAA has kind of been pushing for starting last season, is they want to see more presentation, more performance kind of quality to it. And that is one of the great things about NCAA gymnastics, I think, is we can let a little loose here. We can have more fun with it, which you couldn't do in club gymnastics. Oh gosh, so she was supposed to do a Rudy into probably a back layout. And again, just had no punch out of that, landed way too low. I'm not sure if New Hampshire's tired. I'm not sure what their travel was like. It seems out of character for them.
For sure. And I know it's early in the season. We've been saying that all night, but floor is hard. That was a beautiful series over there on balance beam for Cornell.
Unique series, too. I don't know if I've seen that, or at least not very often.
Split leap to a beat jump to a split jump. A little slow on those connections, so we'll see where the judges do with that and if they take any deductions. Beautiful front toss.
Finished with her chest up. That was gorgeous.
Setting up for her dismount here. Round off 1.5 with a stuck landing. A little bit of bent knees at the very end there, but she should be very happy with that routine.
Yeah, that was very pretty.
Now kind of going back to UNH, floor it's a long minute and a half, so endurance is key.
Yeah.
And when you're traveling from New Hampshire, whether you drive or fly, that takes a lot out of your body. And I know a lot of these student athletes tonight are just getting back into the routine of classes, so it's a lot on their mental health, their physical health, and you add traveling into it, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little bit of an endurance issue happening on floor right now for UNH.
Yeah, and what we have to hope is that no one gets hurt on any of these falls. It appears that all of the two falls that we've seen that were pretty bad, they both got up pretty quickly. We're going to hope that there are no injuries or anything. They can just chalk it up to ran out of energy and be ready to go. And sometimes I think starting on floor is hard too.
It is, for sure. And then whenever you have a fall kind of like that happen in the floor routine, the judges have to conference about it. That adds more time, so then you're standing around more. Sometimes thoughts get into your head, and that's really when you just have to focus in and go out there and do the gymnastics that you know you're capable of doing.
That's right. And it's especially, she probably missed a connection with that fall. It didn't count as a connection, and so her start value is going to be lower. The judges are going to have to make sure they account for that. Great score for Cornell on beam with that last routine.
It was truly a beautiful routine.
It was beautiful, unique.
Setting up for her series here. The back handspring, back tuck. You don't see that very often. I feel like that might be even a little bit harder than doing just a layout step out. Front toss straight to a beat jump. I'm honestly very impressed with Cornell starting on beam. Everything's looked very clean, just those small little bobbles here. But otherwise, a very strong showing for Cornell on the balance beam tonight. Switch leap to a tuck full. A little shy of that 180-degree split, I think.
Yeah, and the connection wasn't as quick as I would like it either. There was a little too long of a wait in between. That's the judge's call on whether or not they'll give her the connection.
And then a gainer full with that stuck landing. A great way for them to finish on the balance beam.
And this is what college gymnastics is all about.
My
this
favorite part.
Right here.
Beautiful dismount there. And then you can see all of her teammates come. I love the celebration. So I think it's important to remember is what you see tonight is the combination of hours upon hours training in the gym. These athletes start practically year-round their training. A couple of people take a couple weeks off after season and they get right back into it.
Yep. And now New Hampshire on floor. Let's see if they can kind of recover from a couple of falls. Front through the double tuck. Big step out of bounds. So she'll lose a 10th at the end after they score, and probably a 10th for the step as well. Nice jump series. And great performance value.
I think what's becoming super popular across the NCAA is this two-pass floor routine.
Yeah.
If you're able to throw in a couple complicated leap series with some combination tumbling passes, you can get all the bonus you need in two passes, which is great. Save the ankles like we talked about.
Exactly.
Less opportunity for deductions, but it makes it so much more important that you hit those two passes. Because like we saw earlier, if you fall on one of them, you lose the bonus, and then the score can kind of fall apart from there.
1.5 to front layout. A very dramatic ending and great routine for New Hampshire. They really needed that routine.
It looks like we still have at least one routine left on floor for UNH.
Fans, Tennessee University would like to welcome the Calloway family to tonight's meeting. We hope the Calloway families enjoy themselves along with everybody else. Thank you for attending.
We can update you on some more scores here. Cornell with a 48.275 on beam. GW with a 47.1 on bars. New Hampshire, we're still waiting for more scores. We can give you that final tally in a moment.
Oh, I love the little handshake she has with her coach. These athletes build such a strong bond with not only their teammates, but their coaching staff as well.
Well, they become your family.
They really do.
At least for me, I'll speak for myself. It's your family for life. And I am friends with some of the gymnasts that I didn't even compete with, that are younger than I am, that are older than I am. And you just form this bond. Even with the parents, I've gotten to know so many of the gymnast parents over the past few years. And it's just a great family to be a part of. And I'm sure it's like that for almost every team in the NCAA.
For sure.
More unique choreography here, which I love. I was a dancer gymnast. Opens with a huge double pike. Great control on the landing.
I love how dramatic their
So
floor music has been too.
Another beautiful pass. Great control. This seems like a Hunger Games kind of theme here, I'm thinking. Nice amplitude on that jump pass. It looks like this might be one of the few gymnasts doing 3 passes tonight.
I'm here for it. I like the 3 pass
Me
routine.
too.
I know it's hard,
It's just
but
tradition, right? Wow, nice finish with a Rudy. A little shy on getting that all the way around, but again, solid on her landing. Love.
really
Love,
great
love, love
floor
it.
routine for UNH.
We'll see a replay of this. Front 1.5. Yeah, just slight. I'm being really picky by saying it was slightly short of being 1.5. And let's see here. Do we have anyone else getting ready?
Looks like we still have another one coming.
Okay, here we go. Sorry, with 4 events going at once, I've had trouble keeping the lineups, who's where and who's going when. We've never had to do that before. Learning curve. It's almost like I need a third person here that just keeps track of who's going where and then can just point to us. I'm not that great at multitasking. This is a pretty long break between vault for the
sure.
Tigers going into bars. What do you think they've been doing while waiting?
Hopefully they're just sticking in their little bubble. I know that they're a tight-knit group over there, so hopefully they're all kind of just doing their thing. Setting up for her first pass here.
One and a half to a front full, little under rotated, some stutter stepping. Not quite enough extension on that switch with the ring, which is a super difficult skill to do.
You got to think this athlete's been standing for a while now since the warm-up, so.
Oh, and again, honestly, I saw her running into it. She just looked like she had run out of gas. So.
I definitely think there's potential there for UNH on floor. Just gotta.
The difficulty is there. The performance value is there.
For sure.
They just need to up their endurance. I mean, this could be a case of maybe they're all coming off of COVID or something. We have no idea. It's definitely not something I've seen New Hampshire do before to that extent.
And I have no doubt
they're counting a couple falls on floor tonight for sure. Yeah. Okay, so I think we are done with the first rotation. Seemed like a really long one. Hopefully we'll kind of get in the groove here, and the judges are warmed up now too, and we'll get these scores coming in faster. So that'll finish our first rotation. We will head to a break and bring you the updated scores when we come back. Stay tuned to the Towson Sports Network. Welcome back to the Towson Sports Network. I'm Tandy Knight alongside Zoe Packard here at TU Arena for Towson Women's Gymnastics. After the first rotation, your Tigers are in the lead with a 49-25. Cornell's in second with a 48-275. New Hampshire with a 47-7-5 is in third, and GW is in fourth with a 47-1. So the second rotation will feature Towson on bars, UNH on vault, GW on beam, and Cornell on floor. Our bar rotation for this evening for the Tigers: up first, Lauren Keener, then Lauren Green, Clara Hong, Cami Vitoff, Grace Valancourt, and anchoring tonight is Bella Minervini, and we will have an exhibition as well with Amanda Petticelli. So bars was the Tigers' strongest event last season, at one point ranked 9th in the nation. We didn't lose any gymnasts from last year, but it seems as if Jay has been playing around with the lineup on bars in the first two meets. What do you think is the reasoning behind that?
I think it just shows how deep that this team is. I think there's a lot of different options on bars this year. So it's still trying to figure out which lineup works best, which place the gymnast would benefit best from. And last weekend there was a couple little issues here and there on bars. We had a casting over, some dismounts that were a little funky. So I think tonight is just hit clean routines and find the landing.
Yeah, I mean, I think what we need to see, they need to hit those handstands first of all and stick the landings. They have the difficulty. And I would think after last season, they have the confidence on this event to do what they need to do. It's been great to see Cami come back into the bar lineup this season. She has an outstanding bar team, but couldn't even break into the lineup last year. She's in this year, and she told me she's determined to keep that spot. So it's great to see our super senior in there.
And what I love so much about Cami, while we have a little bit of downtime, is Cami runs the Own Your Roar program here at Towson University, which focuses on student athlete mental health. And I know that is a dear and very close to her heart with that, and she has done so much work with it, and I couldn't be more proud of her.
Yeah, I've enjoyed getting to know her over these past 5 seasons. She is a wonderful young lady, super proud that she's a Tiger, part of our Tiger family. So up first on bars, we have Lauren Keener.
Nice cast to handstand right there. Straight into a straddle Jaeger right down to the low bar. The one thing I love about Lauren's bar routine is her legs are glued together, toes are pointed, a little short on that last handstand. See if she can find the landing here.
Nice.
Just the smallest little hop if I'm being super picky, but flawless routine.
Yeah. Lauren has been such a great leadoff on bars these past 3 seasons. She's always steady. You know, maybe a little missed handstand here, little stutter step on the landing, but boy, is she solid every time. You can count on her. So we have 2 other events going, floor and beam right now. GW is on beam, Cornell on floor. New Hampshire's getting ready to vault.
Beautiful side aerial over there on the balance beam. Pretty big rectangle full.
Piped down pretty hard, didn't need to. Big hop on the landing. I know New Hampshire's hoping to make up some ground after that floor event.
Watch the distance she gets off of the table here. Beautiful amplitude, just a little bit of that pike down like we talked about.
Yeah, she's at the end of the mat.
Pretty
she almost ran out of mat.
Nice finish for GW on that beat routine.
And up next on bars for the Tigers is Lauren Green. Still waiting for a score for Lauren Keener.
Lauren Green has some beautiful stalder work in her bar routine that really shows off the lines and the flexibility that she has.
GW on beam, dismount, beautiful stuck landing.
Great start for GW.
And if it looks like, I think I just saw the scoreboard there on the screen, a 9.85 for Lauren Keener to start off the Tigers on
Great
bars.
start. Some of that beautiful shoulder work that we just talked about. Right into a piked Jaeger, straight down to the low bar. Now with Lauren, it's always this dismount that gives her just a little bit of trouble. Let's see if she can find the landing. Just that small step forward, but if she's able to lift her chest up and find that stuck landing, it's gonna be a huge routine.
One of the things I've always noticed about that dismount, she is so open in that tuck. It's almost like she's doing a layout with bent knees. You'll see it here in the replay. She's so open. I wish she would pull it in a little tighter. But such a beautiful routine on the bars, so clean, and those front stallers or endos as they're called, so unique. I love seeing different skills. And here's New Hampshire replay on vault. Another Yurchenko with a half. She was really, I'm going to use a very technical term, crunchy when she came onto the vault. Her arms were really bent. She did not get a lot of lift and amplitude off of that. Still pulled it around with a decent landing.
Looking over at balance beam for GW, we have a triple series. Just opened her hip ever so slightly on that layout step out, but she was able to connect backhand to backhand spring layout step out, which is that 3-part series, which gets you just a little bit of extra bonus.
Yeah, it's very difficult. And up next for the Tigers on bars is Clara Hong.
Last pass over there for Cornell, just a little bit low landing on that front tuck. But otherwise, a great routine for Cornell on floor. Headed over back to bars. Another pike Jaeger. She has a very difficult dismount. She's gonna do a double front, so she has a blind landing. Oh, she's been kind of struggling with that dismount all season so far. Just can't seem to find the right timing to really hone in on that landing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a blind landing, first of all. You're traveling back towards the bar. That can't be fun. I wouldn't want to see that bar whizzing by my head. And honestly, on that almost, it seemed like she landed on the end of that mat. She had 2 cushioned mats there, and she caught the edge of one of them, because when you look at the replay, it looked like she did have enough rotation. She shouldn't have under-rotated that. It's one of those dismounts. I almost wish she had a different dismount. They're just inconsistent, and not just her. That is just a very difficult dismount. Either that or put a half turn on it so that you have a landing you can see. That I'd like to see. She's so clean in the rest of the routine too, so it's like the only deductions she usually gets are on that dismount.
Looking at UNH on the vault.
Wow.
Really beautiful Yurchenko
I think she
full.
surprised herself with that. It was actually a very pretty Yurchenko full.
Beautiful.
Great form in the air, great body position.
Legs are glued
Opened
together.
up.
Really great vault
Love
for
it.
her.
They needed that. That'll boost them. Now, question, was that as good as Cammie's?
I don't know, I feel like I can't answer that without my Towson bias sneaking in a little bit there. But really great vault for UNH.
It was. And it looks like Clara went 9.75 on bars.
And this is Kendall Whitman for GW. Really unique series there. She is really known for her front tumbling on floor, as well as she does a very unique vault that we'll see later.
We have Cammie on bars for the Tigers.
Just too far away from the bar on that release move.
Cammie fell last week also on bars, so I know this is going to really bother her. I hope that she doesn't let it get into her head too much, because she really does have a great bar routine. Another nice vault for New Hampshire. Slight hop on the landing there. So prior to this, I was hoping we'd be able to drop Clara Hong's 9.75. That score is definitely one we're going to want to keep now. Cammie's going to finish. Oh, she's going to do it again. Good for her. Right into it, because she gets the bonus from that connection. So if she had skipped that, would have been a problem. And she has a beautiful dismount. Wow.
Really great way to finish. And now we can kind of see how the rest of the lineup reacts to having that pressure of not wanting to count a fall. We'll see a replay of her dismount here. Beautifully stuck landing, just unfortunately had that fall earlier in the routine, but
yeah.
So now the pressure's on for the rest of the lineup. So 6 gymnasts go, 5 scores count. So I think it's always better. Let's get the pressure routines out early in the season, see how people react. This can be a very good learning moment for the team and for Jay to see who really performs and rises to that occasion and handles that pressure.
Exactly. And we have 2 very strong gymnasts left on bars for the Tigers. Over to New Hampshire on vault.
Just a Yurchenko layout.
Yurchenko layout. I'm not sure if that was planned. I don't even know the start value of that. I'm sorry, everybody. 9.8 maybe?
It was a well-done Yurchenko layout. Now, whether or not that was supposed to be a full or a half or something that was planned, unfortunately, things happen behind the scenes that not everyone knows about. So
it just seemed like the look on her face was kind of one of, oops, that, you know. And that is the great thing about gymnasts a lot of times is they have body awareness usually enough to know if they have to make an adjustment in order to avoid a serious fall or injury, they can do that.
Looks like the start value for that vault was a 9.75.
Yeah. It was a beautiful vault.
It really was.
And we're still waiting for a score for Cammie. Cornell on floor.
Beautiful flexibility by GW over on the balance beam. Very unique tumbling pass from Cornell. GW setting up for her series here. Back handspring layout, step out. Another well-done triple flight series.
And up next on the bars for the Tigers is Grace Valancourt.
Switch leap straddle quarter on balance beam. A little shy on that straddle if we're being super picky. But so far, a great routine for GW.
Yeah, GW is doing well on beam. They're ranked 27th in the nation on beam so far this season.
You can tell they look very confident in their routines. Setting up for her dismount here. Beautiful round off 1.5 with a stuck landing. Great routine for GW. And heading back over to bars for Towson. Beautiful straddle Jaeger right down to the low bar. Sometimes with Grace's bar routine, with this dismount, you just have to sit back and watch. She's gonna do a double layout here. Just the smallest little hop, but really such a great dismount. She floats off the bar, legs are glued together, just have to find that landing
She
somehow.
usually almost drops into the landing with her arms already up. Boom.
Just the smallest little hop.
Very minor deduction, and she's so clean.
And so consistent. I feel like every routine we've seen from her so far this year has looked exactly like that.
We're going to see this last pass on floor from Cornell replay. Big double pike. Great way to finish that routine. We've got a little pause in the competition here.
Who would have thought that having 4 teams, we'd have this many moments of no gymnastics happening?
And up last for the Tigers on bars is Bella Minervini. Bella had a breakout freshman season last year, particularly on bars, qualifying out of regionals almost into that next round on this event.
Beautiful handstand to start. Huge Takachev straight down to the low bar. And she has another beautiful dismount. Just has to find that stuck landing. Oh. I mean, what a way to finish a rotation.
Now that's the bar lineup we were seeing all last season, and we saw glimpses of it earlier this season, but they just hadn't quite put it all together, and tonight they did. Barring Cammie's fall, but again, what you want to see is even if you have a little mistake, it doesn't affect the rest of the lineup.
Exactly.
Great job.
And just floats in the air here. Nailed the landing. The smile says it all. Great way to finish out the rotation. I think we're going to have some exhibition routines over on bars too.
Yes, we will. So Towson will have an exhibition with Amanda Petticelli. So we can go back to floor and beam. We have Cornell on floor.
Side aerial to a
Really
tough
nice.
1.5 for GW.
And by the screaming, I think we got a big score on bars. We'll tell it to you as soon as we see it.
Really great tumbling pass from Cornell there. Beautiful routine. The side aerial tuck 1.5 for GW.
Really fighting for that stick. I'm not sure being on your tippy toes, does that count as a stick? She was fighting it and kind of moving the whole time.
The effort was there.
The effort was there.
I would give it to her.
Also, side note, I'm not a big fan of the color pink, but I really love GW's leotards tonight. Very pretty. And that matters. Every week there's a leotard contest too, I believe, on one of the gymnastics blogs.
We have Amanda Petticelli over on the uneven bars. I've been so excited to see her be in this exhibition spot and also fight for that lineup spot. Amanda has been working so hard at this event. It's just this dismount that kind of gets to her sometimes. And again, like we talked about, it's that front landing. Those front double fronts are so hard to find the landing. So
that finishes off bars for the Tigers tonight. New Hampshire is already done on vault, so we'll be watching Cornell on floor and GW on beam.
Front through to round off double pike. Just a little short on that landing. Beautiful leaps there, really showing off that extension and that amplitude.
And I can give you some updated scores. So on bars, Lauren Keener 985, Lauren Green 985, Clara Hong 975, Grace Valancourt 985, and Bella Minervini 9925. We're going to drop the 9225 from Cami for a total of 49225.
Really great start for Towson. Taking a look over at GW on the balance beam here. A switch leap right into her dismount. A small little step on the landing, but an interesting combination. You don't often see that.
Yeah, I like that. There's a replay on that dismount.
Chest just a little low. If she picks her chest up just a tad bit, I think she can find a stick.
Just a little more rotation.
And looking back at Cornell, the last tumbling pass here. Just round off back handspring, double tuck, chest up. Really great landing there.
Great landing. Not an easy pass to do at the end of the routine either.
Now I'll be super interested to see what Towson can do on balance beam, because this is a similar situation that they were in at Ohio State, where they had really three really solid events. So we have two really solid events here, and going into beam, it's been a little bit of a problem child this year. Last weekend was better, but I really think that there's a lot of potential for Towson's beam lineup, and I really want to see him pull it all together.
I think what I'm hoping for tonight is being at home. Even for the freshmen, this is their first time at home, but even so, just being at home, this crowd tonight is energetic and full of, you know, Tiger fans and just gymnastics fans all around. That's what we're all here to see, is good gymnastics from everyone. And finishing, you know, two really strong events, you want to see them carry that momentum into balance beam.
Looks like we're going to get to see GW on balance beam here in Cornell, continuing a pretty solid floor rotation for them so far.
And I'm just going to comment, this was my floor music my freshman year. A little Led Zeppelin. Really nice opening pass, front to double tuck.
A beautiful front aerial on balance beam, however, was a little slow on that connection, had a little bit of an arm swing, so I'm not entirely sure if the judges will give it to her. And there you go, she redid it to make sure she gets that connection bonus.
That's smart gymnastics right there. And gymnasts can do that. They can make changes here or there other than vault. Vault is the only thing that you tell them exactly what you're going to do. If you need to make adjustments, you can do that. And they practice for this. They know what they should do. Good jump series on floor.
You can really see the focus coming from GW on the balance beam. Really great dismount, nice. Stuck landing. She doesn't look too happy with it because of, unfortunately, that mistake that occurred earlier in the routine.
Really, really fun floor team for Cornell as well. We have a little t-shirt toss going into the crowd. I think Grace Valancourt needs to work on her toss a little bit. It barely made it over our heads.
No.
Well, she's a gymnast, not a baseball player.
I feel like gymnasts are notoriously known to not be good at other sports, so we'll give her a pass.
Maybe we need to hire the softball and baseball team to come in and do the t-shirt tosses for us.
There we go.
So they can actually make it into the stands. So 3 events have finished for the second rotation. Cornell is still on floor. Floor is almost always the last event to finish. And Zoe had mentioned this earlier, but you will see in college gymnastics, they are allowed to put extra mats down on vault, on bars, on beam, and on floor. The interesting thing on floor is they have to mark where the out-of-bound lines is if that mat crosses over. That way, if they do step out, the judges can tell. And so you'll see the mats there with tape marks on them, and they rip them off and replace them as the mats shift around, because gymnasts likes their mats, their extra landing mats, in all different places all over the floor.
Headed into her first tumbling pass here. Round of back handspring double tuck. Great landing. It's a little bit of a form break there with those jumps.
I think some of the Ivy League schools, and I'll talk about Cornell since they're here tonight, the difference you'll see with them, they have some great difficulty,
They do.
some great skills, but they're just not quite as polished or as finished. And they also usually don't have quite the depth in their entire lineup. So they might have 3 or 4 really strong routines, but their first couple of routines might not have quite the full difficulty. But there's no doubt they're in this tonight.
For sure.
They started off super strong on beam.
They look
And
great.
I've really enjoyed their floor routines tonight as well.
Really great choreography. Looks like we're going to get a replay of the last pass here. Front full, right into a front layout. Had to pike it over just a little bit because she was a little under-rotated on the front full.
Yeah, she didn't get enough punch out of that to finish that, perfectly. But it was a really good fight. She could have sat that down if she wanted to. So it was a great job. So that does it for our second rotation. We will bring you scores when we come back. Stay tuned to the Towson Sports Network. Thanks for tuning in to the Towson Sports Network. I'm Tandy Knight with Zoe Packard here at TU Arena. So after the second rotation, Towson is in the lead with a 98.475, Cornell in second with a 97.075, New Hampshire in third with a 96.7, and GW in fourth with a 95.725. The third rotation will feature Towson on beam, Cornell on vault, New Hampshire on bars, and GW on floor. So Zoe, if there was one event last season that caused us any concern, it was beam. While the routines are packed full of beautiful dance elements and difficult skills, they struggled with consistency. What can the Tigers do to get back to making beam their best event?
I think they have to go into the routine knowing that they're going to hit. The confidence is kind of what's the missing piece right now, especially after watching the last 2 weekends of their beam rotation. Everyone just seems a tad bit hesitant. I want you to attack the routine, go after it, and know that you're going to hit rather than just being a little bit timid. Anytime you're timid on the balance beam, you tend to have those balance checks, those wobbles, which is kind of crazy to think about because
in the first meet, multiple falls even.
Correct.
Yeah.
But we know for a fact that this team is capable of hitting 6 beautiful beam routines because that's exactly what they did at the Eagle Championships last year. Beam is what won the whole conference for them. So I know it's there. They just have to. And
I've been told in the practice gym, they go 6 for 6, 5 days a week. No problem. Every day. So it is, to me, it's a mental thing. And they're going to have to figure out a way to get over it. Hopefully tonight at home, they'll feel that confidence from the crowd. We'll be cheering them on. Our lineup tonight is Bella Minervini, Clara Hong, Jenna Wheats, Lauren Keener, Chase Williams, and Chelsea Dennis. So we have 2 freshmen finishing us off on beam tonight. I'm excited to see what they do.
Cornell starting off with a Yurchenko layout. A little bit low landing, but did find that stuck landing.
Teams are kind of rallying, cheering each other on.
Here's a replay of that Cornell vault there.
Great landing, some form breaks in the air, not a ton of amplitude. And again, we have learned that vault's only worth a 9.75, but really, really great job on that landing.
Bella Minervini is going to be the leadoff for Towson. Bella taking over the role of the leadoff spot from Lauren Bolin, who graduated last year. So I'm pretty sure it led off for the majority of her career. So
I think so.
Tough job to take over. Front aerial there. Did have a balance check. I believe she was supposed to connect that to a back handspring, so she is going to redo the series here. So she goes side aerial, another wobble check, and then another bobble on the back handspring there. So we'll see what the judges do if they give her that connection. I'm not entirely sure if they will, which will affect the start value. So it most likely won't be a routine that Towson's going to want to count. Beautiful full turn. Switch leap to that wolf 3/4. A little bit of a slow connection there.
And again, I think this is what you were saying earlier. There's this little bit of hesitation, little bit of lack of confidence. Solid side aerial, though. Now, Bella did not compete beam last season, and she has been fighting to get into this beam lineup.
Beautiful dismount there.
And she's done a great job so far this season, considering that she didn't compete beam at all last year. And to put her in the leadoff spot, which is probably the toughest spot on balance beam, she's really done a great job. I think Bella is one of those, when she puts her mind to doing something, she's just going to do it. I think, you know, a little more practice competing is all she needs to kind of just get that confidence.
We're going to get a quick look over at UNH with the bar routine. Hung on to the bar just a little long there on that dismount, but was able to pull it all the way around. Then we have Cornell over on the vault.
Front tuck with a half twist. Little off center, step on the landing. Otherwise, really clean vault.
A really fun floor routine going on for GW.
I've always loved GW's choreography and music selection. They do a great job of matching it to the personality of the gymnast.
Nice double tuck there, a little bit low with her chest on the landing. I think historically, floor has always been a really great event for GW. Always have super difficult tumbling and just get really great amplitude.
So it looks like we're still waiting for the beam score for Bella. I think they're trying to determine a start value, which it looks like they may not have given her that series connection, because it looks like they have her start value at a 9.8. And it looks like they're going to conference. Layout half. Step forward, blind landing. That's a very difficult landing. Great distance off that vault. So for those of you who aren't familiar, when judges conference, it's usually because they're too far apart in their scores and they have to figure out why. Judges are human, they miss things as well, and they have to make sure the scores are within a certain range of each other before they're averaged out.
The replay here of Cornell's vault.
Some form breaks in the air, piked also, but really great height and distance.
And taking a quick look here at GW's last tumbling pass.
Super high, landed with her chest down, didn't need to. Fun routine though.
Yeah,
Yurchenko full. She was crooked on the vaulting table. Looked like one hand almost missed. So you saw how she landed outside of the line. It's the judge's discretion to take a deduction on that, but it was a great vault.
And a beautiful 2.5 twist on floor for GW.
Gorgeous.
I feel like you don't see a whole lot of twisting in the NCAA these days anymore. It's lots of double pikes, double backs.
Front twisting, a lot of front twisting. We have New Hampshire on bars. Koshikova, big leg separation in both of those elements there. Again, some more form breaks, double tuck, hop on the landing. It's a good routine, it just needs to be cleaned up.
Nice double tuck to finish for GW, just again a little bit low of a chest on the landing.
And we have Clara Hong on beam for the Tigers.
She has a super interesting series here. She goes side aerial, straight into another side aerial. And it looks like Bella Minervini did get that 9.35, so that's going to be the score that Towson wants to drop. So a little bit of pressure on the rest of this lineup.
Yeah.
Beautiful lines, reaching that 180-degree split on both of her jumps there.
And this is where Towson has struggled all last season and even the beginning of the season. If someone makes a mistake, it seems like the rest of the team feels that. And Clara just broke that spell tonight. Going up and doing that's her best routine she's done so far this season for sure. And she's been hampered with a bit of an ankle injury, and that's not an injury you want to have when doing balance beam.
No.
You need your ankles to be really solid.
Taking another look here at her dismount.
Beautiful.
Just that small little hop. We're going to see it from a different angle here.
And again, this is a difficult dismount to land perfectly every time. It's that blind landing. You have to feel for the floor. You can't see the floor. Over to GW on floor. Big double front. Wow, that is something you don't see a lot of in the NCAA.
Setting up for her next pass here.
Double tuck. So double front, double tuck. Love it. She said, I can go forward and I can go backwards. Down the bottom right, you'll see New Hampshire. Again, another big form break with that extra swing into the pack salto. And we have Jenna Wheats on balance beam for the Tigers.
Showing off some fun flexibility there. Nice switch leap twist layout step out. Oh, just a little bit of a bobble there.
Great front aerial into her back handspring series. And a ring jump. I feel like she needs to bend that back leg just a little bit more for that to count. From the angle we're sitting at, it was kind of hard for us to see. And for her dismount, nice duck landing. So a few balance checks in there. So that is, again, not going to be the score we were really hoping for. But she finished strong with this dismount.
Found that stuck landing. Let's see what the judges do with that.
So I feel like Jenna has that triple combination series where she does the leap into the standing back layout and usually into another split jump. I have yet to see her make that combination, even in some of the warm-ups, and I'm wondering if it's time to kind of revisit that, because that is what has been giving her problems all last season as well as this season. Again, with a unique choreography from GW. So much fun to watch. One and a half front layout. A lot of form problems with that tumbling pass. And over on bars again, another huge leg separation. Big dismount, but unfortunately no stick there for New Hampshire. And really low on that jump series on floor for GW. And up next for the Tigers, we have Lauren Keener.
It looks like Jenna got a 9.625. So unfortunately, they did take quite a few deductions on some of those bobbles. And Lauren's gonna do a back handspring layout step out. Just beautiful. I cannot get over how confident and cool and collected she is on every event that she does. Switch leap to a tuck 3/4. Right into that front toss. Lands a little low, but she's always able to pull it all the way around. Beautiful full turn there. And she's gonna set up for her dismount here and do a gainer full off the side of the beam.
Oh, a little scoot on that. That will be a deduction, but she has kind of replaced Lauren Boland. Well, she's been steady for 2 seasons, but she can probably earn the nickname of Old Faithful like Lauren Boland had. She's just so consistent. And so good under pressure as well. She is the reason, you know, she made sure we won the conference championship last year, finishing on beam, last event. We needed that 9-9, and she did it. Front handspring, front 1.5 on floor for GW.
A little low on that cast a handstand over on uneven bars for UNH. Really great dismount to finish off the routine.
Huge double pike. Did step forward out of that landing. Struggled with that jump series on floor. Did not hit full extension. And up next for the Tigers on beam is freshman Chase Williams. So Chase competed for the first time last weekend in the anchor spot, which for a freshman, super impressive. Wow, GW with that last pass on floor, a 2.5. Gorgeous.
I'm not entirely sure what was wrong with Lauren Keener's routine, but I think a 9.7's a little low.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. It'll be interesting to see if Jay inquires about that.
This looks like she second-guessed the landing a little bit there.
Yeah, she had that. It's one of those where you have to remember to be in the moment. Land the skill. Don't worry about what's coming next. Finish what you're starting. And I think she is just thinking about the whole routine instead of one skill at a time.
And coming in as a freshman, you know that there's a fall in front of you. Major pressure. Beautiful switch half there.
Yeah, Chase has all the potential. She has beautiful line, beautiful rhythm on the beam as well.
Going to finish up with her dismount here. A little bit of a hop on the landing, but much improved from last weekend.
The dismount, yes. And a big sigh. Here is where, though, you test out their strength and their perseverance. And when she goes back into the gym, how hard is she going to fight to get back in this beam lineup next week is what you want to see.
Give you another look at the dismount here. So unfortunately, Towson is going to have to count that 9.3 that we saw earlier in the lineup from Bella Minervini. And then we have another freshman finishing up the lineup for Towson.
And this is Chelsea Dennis. She has not competed yet this season on beam. I believe she did exhibition last week and clearly impressed the coaches enough.
And then we have a huge floor routine coming up for GW. Super big front tumbling. Always a fun floor routine to watch from Kendall Whitman.
Front handspring, front double. Oh my gosh. And the control on that landing. Talk about body awareness. She knows where she is and knows where the floor is. Front double full, right into a front layout.
Beautiful.
She's so quick, too. Just fast twisting, fast flipping. Fun choreography. And here goes Chelsea on beam for the Tigers.
Beautiful wolf turn. Those are starting to sneak their way into NCAA gymnastics. Stole it from the elite world a little bit. Backhanding out, step out. Pretty solid. A little bit of a balance check, but I'm being picky. Switch leap to split jump. Beautiful amplitude. Just a little under-rotated on that front aerial.
Beautiful sheep jump. Very difficult skill. So she can't give up here because now at this point, we're counting a low score and a fall, so we still need to get every 10th out of that routine, and she finished beautifully.
Getting a replay here of her dismount. Great finish. Unfortunately, had that fall on that flight skill.
So we do have an exhibition on beam as well. Brisa Portillo. But that finishes the lineup for Towson tonight on beam. Was not the event they wanted to have. And again, you know, we've already talked about the struggles that they've had on beam coming from last year. And I'm sure Ashley right now is thinking, okay, what do we have to do differently now? Because clearly whatever they're doing, it isn't working quite yet.
Back to the drawing board.
Yeah, and again, it is not a matter of the skills. They have beautiful dance, beautiful skills. It is 100% a mental game right now for them.
And I think part of it is how do you mimic a competition setting in the gym?
Yeah.
It is so hard to really bring in what the environment, the atmosphere, all the fans, you have loud music playing. That's really hard to recreate in a practice setting. It's a whole new ball game when you step into the arena.
Yeah. But I feel as if that's what they need to get out of. They need to go in and just treat this like it's in practice. They've got to, you know, find some way. And unfortunately, this isn't necessarily a coaching thing or anything. These young ladies need to figure it out. They kind of just have to. At some point, they need to make the choice whether or not they are going to believe in themselves. Someone can't make them do that, and they've got to do that collectively as a group. We believe in them.
Always.
Here's one of our two international athletes. Brisa Portillo from Puerto Rico, I believe.
Beautiful front aerial. Right into the back handspring. Split jump. Beautiful ring jump there.
On that.
A little bit of a bobble check, but if you watch that leap or that jump again, you would see that she actually tilts her head back, so she loses sight of the beam. Really great side summy too.
Brisa's done exhibition on beam and is usually pretty solid. Where she might sometimes come into difficulty is her dismount But I love her presence on beam.
Really
Not tonight,
great.
though.
Towson's going to
Beautiful.
wish they could count that one.
But again, you'll see in the background that Chelsea did go 9-2 with a fall. It's a very impressive score with a fall, and we needed that. So now we can at least drop an 8-9-5. So again, even if you have a big mistake or a fall, you still have to fight for every 10th because you don't know if that score is going to be needed. Here we go again with the dismount. Pike down, but great stuck landing. Beautiful clean routine. So we have now finished our third rotation. Stay tuned for the last event here on the Towson Sports Network. Welcome back to the final event of the Towson Women's Gymnastics Competition here on the Towson Sports Network. I'm Tandy Knight, joined by Zoe Packard. So we're going to update some scores for you. Towson still in the lead with 146.125. We have New Hampshire with a 145.85, Cornell with a 145.525, and GW with a 145.1. So this rotation will feature Towson on the floor, GW on vault, Cornell on bars, and New Hampshire on beam. Towson's floor lineup is Elise Tisler, Jenna Weeks, Cami Vitoff, Carmela Calafati, Grace Valancourt, and Clara Hong, and we will have an exhibition with Felicia Pobletti. So floor gives the gymnasts an opportunity to show off their personality along with their difficult skills. I'm really ready to see these ladies show off and get the crowd excited. We had mentioned this earlier, but one of the trends we've been seeing is the reduction of 3 tumbling passes to 2. Zoe, what are your thoughts on this trend? And do you think it affects how the judges score the routines?
I don't think the judges really change how they score the routines. I have a mixed opinion on it. The PT inside of me says all for the 2-pass routine. You save the ankles, less injury risk, you go for it. But I like the classic 3-pass routine, so I'm split.
I'm with you. It's hard because that would never have been an option in my day. But at the same time, I appreciate that we are putting safety first for the athletes, and not just safety now. We're talking about long term. So as a gymnast, former gymnast now in her 50s, you know, getting out of bed is very difficult sometimes in the morning for me. It's a new ache or creak or, you know, snap or crackle or pop every day. And so, you know, it's their future as well as just now,
For
keeping
sure.
them safe.
Cornell had a really great start to their bars lineup over there. Having some fun with it, too.
They've been having fun all night long, and I love that. And they've really done some great gymnastics here so far tonight. So talking about Eagle competitors here, so GW on vault, really nice, Yurchenko full, hop on the landing. So right now in the Eagle, GW is 4th, New Hampshire is 3rd, and Towson's tied for 1st with Long Island University. And it looks like we have had a change in the lineup on floor for Towson. It will be Elise Tisler, Jenna Weeks, Felicia Pobletti, Carmela Calafati, Grace Valancourt, and Clara Hong.
I love this floor routine for Towson. Such big tumbling passes.
Opens with a front layout, 1.5, and a little sass.
Fortunately, a fall over on uneven bars for Cornell. Beautiful leap.
Really nice leap series. One and a half to a front layout, solid landings. Elise has been one of my favorite gymnasts since she was here as a freshman, fighting to break into the lineups. Unfortunately was hampered and her season was cut short last year with an Achilles injury. She has been rehabbing so hard and fighting back, and she looks better than ever.
The replay of that first tumbling pass here, front layout, right into a front 1.5. And then her last pass here, 1.5 punch front. Great start for Towson.
And for those people who love watching vault, Get ready to see this for GW on the vault.
Front handspring
Front handspring on to the board, front on, and then front pike off. Now, she does have a huge leg separation. You'll see it in the replay. Whether or not the judges see this, I don't know, but you'll see that there. Other than that, that vault is outstanding. And up next for the Tigers on floor is our super senior, Jenna Wheats. Really nice front to double tuck.
Huge vault for GW.
A lot of form breaks in that vault, though. Leg separation, old school vault. Finishes with a double pike, really great.
Much better than last weekend.
Yeah, landed with her chest up. Really strong floor routine for Jenna.
It looks like Elise Sisler went 9.925 as an opening floor routine. Can't really ask for anything better than that.
We're going to get a replay on Jenna's tumbling. Front through to double tuck. And again, a double pike to finish. Got Cornell on bars, Ginger.
A lot of little form breaks on this bar routine.
Oh, just peeled off a little too early and under rotated. Another solid vault for GW. Good landings. And we have Felicia Pobletti for the Tigers up on floor. This will be her first time competing in the lineup this season.
I know Felicia unfortunately lost a family member to breast cancer, so I know this meet's extra important to her, and I know she'll be doing this one for her grandmother.
Yeah. So Elise did go 9.925, and Jenna Wheats 9.85, starting off strong for the Tigers. Nice height on those jumps. Whip to a 1.5. Round off double tuck. Great control on that landing. Wow.
Great routine for her.
Great routine for Felicia. She has been, fighting hard to get into this floor lineup. And has made it in a couple times, does exhibition quite a bit. Looks like she's, learned some new tumbling, rearranged a few things, and it looks like she has found the right formula. Great job. Little sloppy on that landing. There'll be a minor deduction. And her last pass, super high double tuck. We have Cornell on bars. Oh, she hit the bar. Going into her dismount. Full in. Step off to the side.
We get a replay. Difficulty's definitely there. Just have to clean it up a little bit.
Yeah. So up next on floor for the Tigers is our sophomore, Carmela Calafati. Made a huge impact in her freshman season on this event.
Super fun routine to watch.
And looks like GW has already finished vault, and therefore their competition for the evening. Front handspring, front double, right into a front pike. Little bounce out. Must be nice to have all that extra. Nice switch side to a straddle. Really nice height on those. For someone who's clearly under 5 foot tall. You wouldn't know it by the way she tumbles and jumps. Rudy to a back. Oh, wow. Triple series there. I think that's the routine she's been waiting to hit. She's been very strong on floor, but I don't think she's hit it the way she wants to. I think she ended that tonight exactly the way she wanted to. Great job for Carmela. You see a replay on this. This is the first pass. You can see she has had a little extra bounce out. It'll be a minor deduction. And a front Rudy into a layout, into a straddle jump. Gorgeous control on that.
Beautiful.
So again, we had a 9.925 for Elise, 9.85 for Jenna, and Felicia with a 9.8. I'm sure that's her career high. Great score. We have Grace Valancourt up on floor next for Towson. And New Hampshire is still on beam. Cornell still has some routines on bars.
I always love Grace's choreography. for her first tumbling pass here.
So 1.5 front layout. And Grace has changed up her tumbling from last season. I don't know why, because her tumbling was amazing, but I'm guessing it's to get extra bonus and difficulty. And the fact that she can do that at this late stage in her career is awesome. Big jumps. Punch front Rudy. Now usually she connects that straddle jump to the punch front Rudy. I am not sure if she needed that connection for bonus.
We'll have to see what the judges do.
So we'll see what the judges do with that.
Beautiful dismount over there for UNH. So replay of that first tumbling pass. She has a punch 1.5. Normally she connects a straddle jump to that. So we'll have to see if the judges give her the 10-0 start value or not. It's kind of what we talked about with that 2-pass floor routine, is you have to make sure that those 2 passes are pretty darn perfect.
Yeah.
And if you miss that connection, it can really throw off a start value. She goes 9.85, so it looks like they gave her the 10-0 start value.
Excellent. We'll take it. I mean, she's already gone 9.9 on floor this season. Her tumbling is beautiful. Everything about that routine is beautiful. And up last on floor for the Tigers is Clara Hong. Wow, beautiful height on that front double. She really had a problem with that last week, stumbling out of bounds. So much better control this week. Beautiful jump series. Always hitting that full extension. Beautiful toe point. Layout half, your front full. Perfect landing. And a smile. We don't always get a smile from Clara.
I'll take it.
That was awesome. And I think that's going to finish the Tigers on floor. I don't believe they have an exhibition. So we'll just be waiting for New Hampshire to finish on beam and Cornell on bars. Big hop on the landing there for New Hampshire. And here we'll see Clara again on floor. Beautiful. Now last pass with half to a front full. Gorgeous form, gorgeous control on the landing, and a smile from Clara. It's unusual for floor to finish before bars.
For sure.
Unless they had a lot of exhibitions for Cornell, I'm not sure. We didn't have their full lineup, so I'm not really sure. But bars is now also done, so it's down to balance beam for New Hampshire. Gymnast is getting some last words of confidence from their coach.
Then I do believe I did see a fall for New Hampshire on the balance beam.
Well, one fall's okay, right?
Yep,
If you
one
can
fall.
Drop that. So I believe this gymnast going up might be exhibition.
Nice full turn there. Beam's been a little tight for everybody.
It does seem that way.
Good front toss right there.
Very
Back
cool
handspring.
series. Like that.
Nice jumps there. Just dropped her chest just a little bit.
And just update some scores on floor for the Tigers again. So Jenna Wheats with a 9.85, Felicia with a 9.8, Elise with a 9.925, Clara with a 9.875, and Grace with a 9.85. So wow, we're dropping a 9.8. That's not bad.
Not bad at all.
Finishing on floor with a 49.35. It's definitely their season high.
Just couldn't get that dismount all the way around, unfortunately, for New Hampshire.
All right, so that does us for the competition this evening. Stay tuned, and we will come back with final scores here at TU Arena.
George Washington, Kendall Whitman. And from New Hampshire, Vincenzo. In second place, Gretchen, a tie for first. From George Washington, Sarah Zoyes with a score of 9.925. And from Towson, Hannah Victor. With a 9.850, Lauren Pena. And Lauren Green. In second place, from New Hampshire, a score of 9.900, Kylie Courtney. And in first, with a score of 9.925, from Towson, Isabella. Now the individual results from the balance beam. On top for second place with a score of 9.825 from Cornell, Michaela Burton. And from New Hampshire, Alyssa Collier. And the winner with a score of 9.850 from George Washington, Brooke Izzo. Now the individual results from the floor exercise. A tie for second with a score of 9.900 from George Washington, Casey Burke. And from George Washington, Kendall Whitman. And in first place from Towson University with a 9.925, Elise Esper. Now for the all-around results. In third place with a score of 38.850 from Cornell, Sydney Beers. In second place with a score of 39.050 from New Hampshire, Kylie Jordan. And overall winner with a 39.200 from George Washington, Kendall Whitman. Finally, the overall team results. In fourth place with a score of 192.825, Cornell. In third place with a score of 194.400, George Washington. In second with a score of 194.475, New Hampshire. And in first place with a score of 195.475, Towson University.
So there you have it. The Tigers win the competition with a 195.475. Really strong on 3 events with a 49.25 on vault, a 49.225 on bars, and a 49.35 on floor. Struggled again on beam this week with a 47.65. That's definitely where I think they're going to be spending a lot of time in the practice gym trying to figure out how to fix that problem. But walking away with 3 wins tonight, taking our record to 3-3 for this season. Zoe, overall, what are your thoughts about the meet tonight?
I think if we could just forget about beam, is a great night. Now, I think why it's so frustrating is if we get a little mathematical here, a 49.2 average on all 4 events gets you a 196.8.
Yeah.
So we're so close, and they went 49.2 or higher on 3 out of the 4 events.
Yeah.
So the potential is there to get that 196.8 mark. That 197 is really not that far off there. So I think that's where that frustration's coming from. But 3 great events, just have to figure out beam.
Yeah, and a lot of great highlights tonight. High scores for a lot of people. Elise Tisler coming back so strong after an injury last season, winning floor tonight. Bella on bars. Amazing vaults again tonight and amazing landings on vault. So again, 3 events just knocked out of the park. Beam is where they, again, as we said, struggled last year, are going into this season struggling again, and I think it's just time for an intervention of some kind. We know they can do it, and that's what it is. We just need to get them to believe they can do it. So next week, the Tigers will stay somewhat local, traveling to Upper Marlboro, Maryland for a quad meet against George Washington again, Penn, and William and Mary. The next home meet is our annual George McGinty alumni meet to be held on Friday, February 23rd against Temple University. So on behalf of the Towson Sports Network, we thank you for tuning in to this evening's event and look forward to having you join us again on February 23rd. I'm Tandy Knight along with Zoe Packard. Have a great weekend and go Tigers.